Yeah. He has a really cool seminar on a website called proco.com, and it's really the front to back of color theory. And because I was thinking to myself when I first joined into like the color theory realm that obviously I know like primaries, secondaries, and tertiaries. Like you learn about that stuff in like high school, but I really wanted to seek out like one step above that. You know, not mastery level where they talk about undertones and stuff like that yet, but more just one step up from knowing what your primaries and secondaries and stuff like that is. So Marco Bucci is definitely the way to go for that, for
Awesome.
sure.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
I wrote
course.
that. Definitely check that out. Thank you.
Yeah, he's got a whole bunch of cool videos like that. He's the cool thing is that a lot of artists that I've been learning from haven't been tattooers. They've all been like different mediums, digital artists and painters and charcoal artists and stuff like that. So, which I think is pretty cool.
Definitely.
Yeah. But what are you working on over there? So you picked up your colored pencil for a minute or two. You want to
Yeah, I
show
was
us?
lucky enough to get the huge set of color pencils by Prisma. Um,
Yeah.
and I picked it up online instead of like going to Michael's. Not anything's wrong with Michael's; it's a little pricey for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I was able to get like that whole set for like 120 bucks. At Michael's, it was like
Nice.
300 and something.
Yeah.
um, so, but yeah, I'm trying to, like I said, enhance my color game. So I'm working on this fella here.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I guess,
Oh, so you're playing with temperatures now. Oh,
yeah,
you're in the fun part.
cool it down, warm it up.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's definitely once color theory and all. Once you start getting into temperature, it gets so fun. I don't know. To me, like as soon as I started learning color theory, temperature is when everything just started getting like so much more fun because I could really change hues but keep it the same value, and I'm like, oh, this is so cool. So,
When he's showing off work and you compliment it, the camera goes to you, so it's like you talking
oh,
about his work that we can't see.
what is this? My first day hosting? I'm sorry, Gabe.
It's all good.
All right, you want to hold that up one more time so everybody can
Sure.
see it?
All
You got to show the class.
right. Yeah, let me see if this helps. And here's my reference. It was actually a printout of a photo taken.
Okay, I know the camera's going to switch, but I have a question now. Okay, so I see there that you don't really have, like, I mean, maybe just because of the camera, so, don't mind me if I'm completely wrong. Did you sketch something out beforehand? Like, is there a sketch underneath that, or are you just going straight into color pencil?
No, there's a little light sketch. It's meant not really a sketch. It was kind of done the way I would do a tattoo. And in order to save time, instead of sketching it out, it was done with like creating a stencil and laying the stencil on the paper. So it's helping me
Oh,
to not
okay, all
only,
right.
yeah, not only learn color theory, but also like tattooing techniques when applying color as well.
Oh, okay. All right. Because what I was looking at, I was like, wait a minute. Is he just being an absolute genius right now? Just going in with straight color pencil and making this
I
rad skull right now? I have to know.
kind of
But I do a
see it.
very similar process. I pretty much I actually take like toned paper. It's like a blue toned paper. I don't even know if I have it around me. I don't think I do, but it's a blue toned paper. And I will do like an outline drawing of whatever I'm doing on Procreate and then print it out on that paper. So it's like a perfect red stencil of what I'm working on. And then I'll just do it right over that
Oh,
for
cool.
now while I'm learning.
Right.
Maybe one
That's
day
all.
I can just spew out some stuff, but for now, that's a very similar process. So I'm glad that you do something very similar. But fantastic.
What are you working on?
Well, I am hosting, but at the same time, I have to get ready to draw my first full day session as a licensed tattooer. So I have this piece tomorrow that is a Spider-Man tattoo, and I'm really excited. And the tricky thing, right? Here's the tricky thing. It's going on the back of the arm, like back of arm, right? Which is okay. But she wants all three Spider-Men like hugging. And it's like the concept design that she already gave me. It was like, oh, this is super doable. Okay. Cause I got nervous at first because I'm like, three faces and they're going to be like this big. Like, that's not going to work out. But she showed me the concept design. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is definitely doable. And she wants on the back of her arm. And she wants like little spider webs on the top and like a little phrase on the bottom. She wants it in color. I was like, all right, I can do this.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. This is my first one of my first like full day sessions. So I'm gonna make sure I get a good night's sleep. I'm gonna make sure I get some good breakfast. I'm gonna make sure I work out in the morning, do some stretches, just
Eat
went
your
to a
Wheaties.
massage, eat my Wheaties. Then I'm gonna come in with like the Rocky song, like just shadow boxing in my booth.
That's what's up. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. This beginning stage of, tattooing gives me some cool firsts. You know, it's like dating for the first time. It's like the first hug and the first, but with tattooing. It's my first full day session. Then it'll be my first sleeve project. Then my first back piece. Is that how it goes? I think so.
I think that's normal. Little
Yeah.
butterflies,
Yeah, but everybody's got to pay their dues, right? You got to do 1,000 butterflies before you get any sort of any cool stuff sometimes.
One of the things that was told to me early on that's been very helpful in a lot of areas of life, not just with work and tattooing and drawing, but like if I take the time to kind of like when I'm laying in bed, at night or the morning of, or in the shower or whenever, you have time to just think really, and to put myself in that moment and literally play by play, move by move, like set up, break down, how I'm going to lay the stencil, the whole process. If I play it out in my head first, it tends to make it a little bit more comfortable because, when you're actually doing it, because it's like you already did it, so you're not as nervous.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I've told myself and others that same exact thing, that when especially like, even if it's a small flashy, I still do the same process, because to me that's what works out in tattooing, is when you have like a nice repetitive process, like from start to finish, like you said. So if you go in with an already done line drawing and color study or value study or whatever, and it's like they're finished, you already know what the end result's going to be. So you don't have to figure stuff out once you get down into the skin. You already figured it all out. It's just doing it. And that leaves you with the mental space for if something does go wrong, like they have crappy skin, or like your machine starts malfunctioning, or like something starts happening, then you have the mental capacity to prepare for that and do the tattoo at the same time.
Right.
Or if they sit like doo-doo, but yeah, exactly. I've only had to deal, thank God it's the beginning of my career, but I've only had to deal with that a very small amount of times. Have you ever had to deal with a very rough client that just...
Yeah, I think we've all had those, but yeah.
Those are, I think, one of the most common questions that clients ask, for sure. Yeah. Have you seen anybody like pass out before? It's like, yeah, yes. Of course I have. Why, do you feel like you're gonna pass out? Is that what you're telling me? That's
And
always my next comment.
most times they're like, no, I'm fine. I don't feel like I'm gonna.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't realize it's coming.
Yeah, exactly. I dealt with that once in my apprenticeship. Actually, I've actually knock on wood, knock on wood. Not knocking on all things. I've only had to deal with people passing out and like throwing up and stuff in my apprenticeship only. I have yet to see the actual passed out happen. Like I was working with my brother at the time, and he was in a booth right across from me, and I went over just to say hi and see what he was doing, and there was like a young kid there, like 18, getting his first tattoo. We all know the story. And I was like looking at what he was doing, and my brother looks up at him, and he's like, because of course you can feel it. Their skin gets like clammy and like starts to like tighten up and stuff, and you just like, hey man, like, are you okay? Do you need to take a minute? And he's like, no, I'm good. But he's doing that thing that clients do where they're doing like the top of the forearm, but their body's like over here. And their arm is all the way over at the other end, and you're just like, are you okay? And they're like, yeah, I'm fine. And they're just so, but then, not 2 seconds later, he looks up and the dude's like dead in his chair. It's like, oh no. But that's what those ammonia little spurts are for.
Right. Here, smell this. Wake up.
Those are horrible.
Play, what is it? Song Toxicity or whatever from System of a Down. Wake up.
Exactly. I haven't I bought those ammonia things, like the little ammonia packets.
Mm-hmm.
I bought them at one store once, and I have yet to use them. But there are sometimes when I see a client just in the waiting room, and I put one like near my station just in case. I don't know how this is gonna go. But I've yet to use it, and I'm kind of sad. I want to know what it smells like.
I've never had to use one.
I've thought about just popping it myself and just to see what it smells like, but I know I'm going to regret it. So
I get perfume for the day.
Yeah. Oh my God, no.
My client will stay awake.
Oh my God, what if you did like an ammonia spray on your body before tattooing them? Honestly?
They'll be like, my artist.
My artist always
needs a bath.
Oh, I wanted to bring this topic up while I find it. Did you hear that Post Malone got anesthesia to get a whole bunch of tattoos?
No.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find the picture. So Post Malone, we all love Post Malone. He went under anesthesia so that he could have multiple artists give him new tattoos.
Wow. That's one way to do it.
At least he had good artists.
Right? Let me see it.
Sorry, while I'm here, could you put it in gallery mode? Because it keeps flipping back and forth on the live stream.
I swear to God, Gabe, I'm in gallery mode. Is that gallery mode? I don't know. I swear this is it, because I hit gallery mode and this is what it gives me. I apologize for my Google Chrome incapable of doing lots of things that it should be doing.
Weird.
Let's see here. Oh, maybe they got rid of the picture. Okay, so it was pretty much him in like a hospital setting, literally under anesthesia, and there's just like two artists on either side of him just like going to town. Here's the open floor question, right? How do you feel about that? Personal opinion.
What do you mean?
Like, how do you feel about, like, if a client, if that was an option, right, to go under anesthesia and do tattoos, would you do it? I would.
Seems like a lot of hassle, but I've been able to make it through 3 days in a row, so probably not. But like, I don't know. But to each their own, I suppose.
I mean,
Yeah.
I try to be accommodating to everyone as long as it's not too, insane of a request. And if it's possible to do and it's still safe, then I don't see why not.
There's definitely better ways to spend your money, but
I mean, yeah.
what do I know about money compared to Post Malone? Never mind, I take that back.
But I think that would be so cool. I would like it's let alone the Post Malone thing. Put that aside. Just if a client in general came to me and was like, "Hey, I have this opportunity to go under anesthesia. Can I just like get some tattoos done for sure?" And I'm like, "Absolutely!" Like that's not a sanitary setting. Like that's so that's checked off, right? He's under, so I don't have to worry about him like flinching and moving and saying how much it hurts and do that thing. And it's already getting done. It's amazing. I think that's just such a. And how many times have you been tattooing a client been like, I wish I could put everybody on anesthesia right now?
Yeah, I think we have a few of those.
Yeah, exactly. So I just thought that was a cool tip or newsworthy advice for everybody out there that didn't know that Post went
Oh, I'm
anesthesia
looking
to
at
get
the
tattoos.
photos now.
I can't find them on here.
I just Google searched
You know
Post
what?
Malone tattoo under anesthesia.
Let me do that.
Yeah, one of those artists, I think it was Jose with C. He's a fucking pretty badass realist. Like it.
Oh, we had phenomenal artists do it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I'm gonna find everybody, I swear. You're gonna get your Post Malone. Let me see. He gets some at a dentist office too, but I can't find the official on mine at least. Well, I can show everybody this one. Because I know there was one specific picture that I saw where he literally was like laying down flat, like if he was getting a massage. But that's him right there.
Yeah, that's one I found.
Yeah, that's him getting it at the dentist office. That's amazing. Honestly, like he gets some really good tattoos. Shout out to Post Malone. Oh my god, what? Look at that. Dang. But I think that's just super cool.
I'm trying to find the actual tattoo that he got while under anesthesia, and I haven't found that. Has he posted?
What? That is a good one. Yeah, because he's giving us all of this. Hey, I'm getting tattoos under anesthesia, but he won't show us what it is.
So I'm wondering, it was what part of his body were they working?
It looks like chest or arm area.
Because the one photo looks like they're working on a leg.
Yeah, that's at the dentist office.
Okay.
Shout out to Post Malone for getting tattoos at like the most sanitary settings in the world. I saw one video, hand to God, one video where there was this dude tattooing a dude's back on a boat in the sun.
Great idea.
And I just honestly, flip sides of stories, I love tattoos or tattoo videos like that. Like, hell yeah, man. You get tattooed in the baking sun. Hell yeah. It's so bad, but to each their own, right? I want to see that tattoo for sure, but heck yeah, it's for the clout. Absolutely. But
very early on in my career, I lived on a boat with a best friend of mine since I grew up with in diapers, and we knew each other our whole lives. And tattooed him all over, and I actually blasted his like a stomach rocker. It said Baltimore across the stomach in graffiti on a boat that we lived on together. And like the boat's rocking.
Yeah, I figured that would be the difficult part. I mean, okay. I mean, did it come out amazing? If you're telling me that it came out good, good for you, man, for doing that.
Surprisingly, it came out all right.
Do you happen to have a picture of it?
It's on Instagram.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We started it. I'll say we started it on the boat. We finished it at the shop. We started it on the boat. He got probably halfway through it and was like, stomach's a little sensitive. He was done.
Oh yeah, stomachs suck.
Yeah. But we ended up finishing on the boat. I was just like, I'm not doing that on the boat again. That was a pain in the ass.
And just so everybody can know, what are you on Instagram?
Dreadful Tattoos, and it's spelled dreadful is spelled fool, like I'm an idiot fool, like FOOL, like haha, funny. Dreadful Tattoos. It helps me to remember to remain teachable.
Oh, that's actually really sweet. Okay,
Yeah, I don't want to ever think I know it all.
Oh wait, okay, that one says, okay, so I'm determined to find this now.
Oh jeez.
On a boat. I mean, honestly, I thinking about it now, did you kind of just like time when the boat was gonna like do its shift thing, and that's when you like decided to pull the lines like with the boat kind of thing?
Well, I mean, we lived on the boat, so like you kind of get that thing called sea legs, where like you get used to the rocking. It's almost more uncomfortable going on land at that point. You step on land and that feels more sturdy and rock solid, and you're used to constantly motion. So the problem wasn't so much for me the motion while tattooing. It was more like if a big wake came through and I had to worry about my supplies and the sanitary areas becoming compromised because things falling. We didn't have a very big boat, so any large wake would definitely make us move a little more than necessary. But the process of tattooing wasn't so bad. I was just used to it.
Oh, I found it. Oh my God, it did. I mean,
and
yeah.
then I finished it at the shop with, I think, a guy, the whole Vendetta mask, Guy Ritchie.
Yeah.
Finished it with that on. So
Do you mind if I share the
no, go right ahead.
Okay. I didn't want to share and have you be like, what do you do? Look at this, everybody. Check that out, right? That is so awesome. On a boat, props to you, man, for real.
Yeah, like I said, we finished it at the shop, but it got started the first left side, to center was started on the boat.
So you lived on a boat. That's pretty cool. Where
was
what
nicer side
was
of
it?
Baltimore.
Okay. That's pretty cool. Oh my gosh. A sea leg. So like when you're on the boat, right? That means that you get so used to the rocking that you don't even feel it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, you get what they call sea legs. I guess you're used to that motion.
Oh, okay. And then when you get off the boat, do you kind of like stumble around a little bit?
It feels uncomfortable sometimes. It's like sturdy. It's almost too strong, because you're so used to being in motion, from being rocked to sleep at night by Mother Nature, which was amazing. To just constantly, I mean, even the pier, like when we're docked at the pier was floating piers. So everything, the whole time out on the water, was always rocking, always in motion. It was an amazing experience.
Wow. That is awesome. What made you want to do that? Was
Um,
like,
actually, I was struggling really bad with addiction back then, and it was a way for me to try to get on my feet and get out of a bad area that I was living in, and be surrounded by my best friend who was very supportive and wanted nothing but the best for me.
oh, that's awesome. I sometimes when you're in the worst of worst situations that you could think you could possibly be in, having nothing is almost so good because you're like, I'm now starting here, and the world is my oyster at this point, so I can go in every which direction I feel like it, and have nothing attached. So that's even like going out on a boat and just reconnecting yourself with like everything. Oh, that must have been a very enlightening and awakening experience.
Yeah, I wasn't getting like clean or anything at that time. It was more like me just getting off the harder stuff, and was still, partying, living the boat life. And, my best friend wasn't clean and, in recovery, but he was definitely against the harder stuff. So, but he supported the drinking and the smoking. And so we
Yeah,
still did plenty of that. And,
but either way,
that
that's
was
still
decades ago.
that is still an epic experience, and that's something that you can hold to your to your life story, which is epic.
Yeah,
But
I'll never forget.
you had mentioned that you had went to Michael's and grabbed these Prismacolors, and I had
Oh, yeah.
actually grabbed the same Prismacolor set when they went on sale, like the same exact sale. I think I got them for like 100 $120, because how can you say no to that?
Right.
Literally.
I was
um,
just looking. 150
so
colored pencils.
yeah, that's the big one, right? That's like the
Yeah,
big,
yeah,
huge tray. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you can't go wrong because now you're like all set, and now you can, like, when you start running out of colored pencils or losing them, like me, you just have to buy those single pencils. You don't have to buy like the whole set again, or you just keep using the pencils and then just buy another set when it goes on sale, and you got it all again. So
Yeah, this is my second set of these pencils. I bought them once before. Um, and tell me if I'm sure you probably have this problem too, and probably everybody does, but like there's pencils where you'll sharpen them and the, your point will fall off and you'll sharpen it again and it'll fall off and you sharpen it. And you get like almost halfway down the pencil before you can get a chance to use it. You're like,
so not gonna lie, that's common with Prismacolors. They're known for having very brittle casings. I wish I had Jason on speed dial right now because he's like the perfect person to ask about like brands of things and different types of colored pencils. Like if he's listening right now, I'm sure he's like, you got to get this brand. But there are definitely different brands of colored pencils out there that have a more softer base to them. And I mean, if you drop a colored pencil on the ground of a Prismacolor, guaranteed it's shattered. It's done. But a way that I think somebody told me to fix that is not sharpening it with like a classic sharpener, but doing it like with a knife, or like, just sharpening it in that way. Like
yeah,
just taking off the like very edges of it and just going on that side, instead of just cranking like the whole thing, because that will
right.
happen. I have lots of color pencils that did that in that set, where I would just keep sharpening and sharpening and sharpening, and next thing you know, it's like this big, and I have barely used it. So that is super common, with colored pencils, Prismas. Let me see if we check on our um, comments here. Maybe somebody in the comment section has a resolved situation for that. And this is the cool thing about YouTube, is that you can literally go on there and get opinions about everything. And I know and I don't remember who did it or what YouTube channel. It was a long time ago, but I'd watched a video about this girl. Literally, all she did was just give her opinions on different brands of colored pencils. And that was one thing she said about Prismacolors, was that they're very brittle.
Yeah, I love
But
the way they layer, you know, and
Oh, absolutely.
but they are brittle.
Yeah. What do you when you're layering with colored pencils, I use a Copic marker underneath all my layers and then work colored pencil on top of that. Do you do the same or do you do something different?
I didn't even know that was possible.
Okay. All right. So like these things here. Hold on. I have some in my little cubby. Hold on. So you've seen these, right? What these
Right.
are? These are the
Yeah.
Copic markers, right? Shit. Thankfully I have the right colors underneath this. Okay. So let me make a circle. Hold on. And it's not going to be really shown in the best way because my room here is very dark, but you'll get the general idea. I think in one of my classes I demonstrated an apple in a similar manner. Okay. Oh, thank God, I have like the perfect amount. So we have here, if it will pop up, maybe, possibly. Oh,